For the first map, though, where, you know, often we do see Happy on Widow in Mecha base, it's actually just going to stick with the Zarya because there's too much of a risk that if you lose the first fight, you're going to get behind in Zarya ult charge.
Yeah, Lean going to be on that brig as well. Big heal deny coming out from Dogman, catches 3, and that leads to Rio going down right at the front of the fight. Eileen and Happy trying to hold out here, but the stun comes through, and Happy will be taken down. Erster setting up yet another kill, getting that additional stagger.
That's the difference maker.
Point unlocking, they'll be able to snag it.
The heal ban there, or heal deny, I should say, that's what it's called in Korean, is heal ban, is what sets them apart. And there's a lot of stylistic differences right now across the league about supports. We're seeing some teams run a lot more Batiste. We're seeing Ana over the Zen. Guangzhou staying classic here, but when you hit those big grenades, you know, that's a big problem. Papa's got to be there to absorb that.
Yep, 2 more. Getting antied there as the charge trying to make their way over onto the point. I think there's one contestant at the moment looking for that very fast flip. Maybe Bay looking to beam down Happy, takes him dangerously low. We'll go forward, looking for the stun there, not able to find it. That's going to be a transforced out of Shu. With the grab getting ready to come up now and 20% for Baby Bay, that could really cost them dearly as the fight continues to go on and on. Shatter's going to be coming down, poke right up into the front, going to be snatched up by this Graviton Surge, goes low. Rio manages to find the kill. Now with the Shatter online, can hold that likely for the next fight because they already clean up 2 kills. Charge looking for the flip. Atlanta Rain delaying for a bit longer here as they approach 50%, but they will go for the full reset.
And we shift the conversation back to the supports again. The lack of a Zenyatta, the lack of a Transcendence is what shows here when Happy hits the grab. You don't have the answering support ultimate with Masa sitting at 80%. So the aggressive grab from Happy, knowing there's no counter support ultimate, can be used early in the fight. You can get a fast turnaround like this. So, you know, there are trade-offs on both sides.
Ooh, push up right into the face of Rio, taking him lower and lower. That shield getting beaten and battered. They're unable to displace him. They can't quite finish him off, but they will force another Transcendence out of Shu, who's building these up pretty rapidly. Chara nearly with that sound barrier if they want to continue the fight as well. Shadow comes out from Rio, but it goes straight to the shield of Poke Post, so not going to be able to find anything. Bombs coming out from both sides, like ships passing in the night, but Dakos is going to be the one coming up with kills. Nets himself a double. Dogman there will be able to continue some of the fragging as they clean them up, so not even able to match the percentage right now for the charges they lose the point.
And they're also significantly behind in ultimates as well. They used everything in that fight, notably the support ults that they would want to use to try to build another grab here for Happy, get him into position to use it before Dogman had Trance. This is all, they're all about 10% away of where they need to be for that to happen. And so now Atlanta Rain can just play aggressively, get Baby to another grab in this choke. They can walk to meet the charge because they're not worried about any ultimates here. And Dogman's going to have the transfer Happy's grab when he finally gets it. So they have all the answers.
Yeah, looking really good for them. Nearly find the pick there onto Shu. A little more crucial members that they could take out. Shatter coming through. Knocks a couple to the ground. Rio as well. Going to get stunned up, but unable to find a kill. Trans going to be used ahead of time here by Dogman as the grab is now available for Happy. See if he can get the setup. Grab will be coming through out from Baby Bay to start things off. Happy taking a lot of damage, trying to survive as we hit over 90%. Trans comes in from Shu to elongate the fight and keep the charge in this as they get ready to force out that overtime. Still not seeing the grab being invested from the side of the charge as Happy continues to get tagged up. Trying to hide in behind Rio's shield. Grab now going to be used. He's at 100 charge. Daco immediately going to be melted out of the mech. Now Masa and Erster both going to be taken down. Seems like the fight is looking very good for the charge. They should be able to get this flip.
Now, the flip comes through. But the bigger question is, how do they stop the next push from the Rain? How do they hold this for 60 more %? They have the ult lead right now, and they have 1.5 support ultimates. Shoes will build if they can win the first fight. He's not going to have time to poke, and there's not a lot of range for him to poke. If they play aggressive, they might be able to win the fight through the Shatter. But if they fail that, then they lose the maps. They're going to play a little bit more safe and try to get Shu line of sight to get that trance. That's a good shot here.
Oh, and Chara going to be taking down the whip shot out from Erster. Just snipes him in midair.
That's a huge pick.
Yep, now no sound barrier. He will be able to rejoin very quickly as a Lucio, but Grab's still going to be coming in. Catches 2 on the side, pushing forward right up into their faces, looking for the kills. Bomb's going to be landing up top, so not going to be the best angle for Daco as he tries to make it back into the mech, and will not be able to do so because Eileen shuts him down. Responding Grab now in from Happy. Chara rejoins, instantly drops the beat. C1 out from Masa as well, but the tank line on the side of the Atlanta Rain are getting shut down. Guangzhou charge still grinding against them. Will be able to get this flip. 24% to go.
All right, so Shu now going to need to build another trance here. Last time they had this similar situation, at least they had the barrier there. Chara died, so they won the fight without it. So we know it's possible because it just happened. He came back later with the barrier. Shu is going to be trying to get the last 30% of this because that's the healing ultimate he's going to have that Dogman and Dogman and Masa don't have. So that's how they can win this through the heals, but he needs to get that last 30%.
Well, right now somebody's got to tag over onto the point. Haven't seen it happen yet. Into the back goes
Dogman's dead.
Masa, but it's going to be Dogman getting taken down, as you say. Shu able to come with the critical snipe as he approaches that next Transcendence. Happy will be on the exchanges. Babybay nearly has his grab ready to roll. Shatter comes in from Rio. Not going to net them too much other than Erster tries to get the pin, but Dako dives in front, but Popo still
Huge
taking it away.
plays.
Guangzhou charge, looking for it, but the flip comes in. They manage to get a back cab, and now it's in the favor of the Atlanta Rain as they try to close this one out. The grab comes in. Hoppa and Shu going to be locked up, but no one is there to get the kills. Erster left on the far side of the wall, going to be taken down. Masa nearly knocked off the back. The charge trying to get the flip coming back through, and no one can step forward to contest this. The OT bar going to start plummeting very rapidly, as you can see. Dogman can't even fade in time. The charge will be able to make a base.
Great charge from Rio on the Reinhardt there to get that pin. They got the kills on everyone except Babybay. They knew he would be unkillable, and they didn't have the damage to take him out, so they killed everyone else. When the grab came through, there weren't any members left on the Reign, and the Guangzhou charge is able to turn things around in that moment. When Babybay grabs, there's not enough damage. He alone doesn't have the damage to get those kills. Dogman comes back on the Moira because he got picked. He knows he's not going to build a trance. He knows he's going to be behind. He knows that on the other side, Shu has that Transcendence available. They lost their Zenyatta versus the enemy, they lost their Zarya versus the enemy Zenyatta. So they had no damage, but they had the abilities, like charge, for example.
This? We're doing this.
I think so. But they had the ability to get that pin kill. And it looks like we are seeing Torbjorn, yes.
So Torbjorn, Sombra, and Soldier 76 for the Guangzhou charge. Need to get this turret set up. Make sure that Hotba is going to be able to lock some people down. Stop them from getting over to the point with that nice bit of damage coming through. Already, members of Reign taking a lot of damage. Masa going to be hacked out. Happy's got a great angle. Throws in those Helix rockets. Unable to find a kill.
The focus is on the turret, so this gives Happy free reign to do damage. But the shield's now angled to prevent that. He's finally breaking through, though.
Yeah,
Reign
over here.
have to commit.
On the corner, Poco going lower and lower. Barrier's going to be broken, and he is just going to get melted down. Turret and Rio, everybody just beaming in onto that Reinhardt, so they find the elimination.
You have to hold the barrier up the whole time, and that's just free reign for Happy to take it out. It's going to get rezzed as well here. So Babybay just trying to get ult charge here, but this is not going to be a fight they can take. The point will go to the charge. You need to be careful not to overextend here, too.
Hop up, manages to find the kill on a Babybay. He gets stunned up, goes low, and gets taken down. EMP going to be coming out. That's going to find Popo and Erster. As the kills get ready to roll through, and mind you, we still have not locked down the point for either side. Cap has not run through. Erster, however, not going to be able to survive, so it seems like the charge will finally be able to snag this one.
They didn't end up losing too many members of the Reign, and they also held on longer than I thought they would. Had that gone a little bit differently, and they had lost Babybay, for example, then suddenly this is a horrible position for the Reign, or they were fighting over a point they weren't going to be able to take. But in this case, Babybay actually got a ton of ult charge, and they can engage with this. The problem is the charge are all split in different directions. It's going to be hard to get a good grab here. If you can even get close enough to the members to grab them, do see Supercharger placed here already.
Turret going to be taken down. Rio, just going to get melted. Everybody pushing forward. They managed to find the Orisa. Sleep comes in onto Erster in the back with a rally rolling as they try to get the kills. Hotbot just going to be pushing forward, looking for those right clicks. Will be able to take him down.
They got the flip, though. The Charge are going to have to collapse back onto this point. What the Charge do well is they avoid fighting. They have the range damage, but actually getting onto a point against a very tight-knit composition like what the Reign is running is very difficult without an EMP. Eileen's still 12% away.
Yeah, nearly has that one built up. Expect to see maybe the EMP into the nano visor coming through from the Guangzhou charge just to try to melt everybody down. Babybay currently hacked out. That's going to expire as the shields start ticking back up for him.
They need to be decisive here.
I mean, Popo just so low. That's going to be the nano visor coming through. Transcendence in from Dogman. So taking anybody down through this healing is going to be very difficult. But as I said, it's just going to get two. So never mind. Trance expires, and instantly the kills start rolling in. Weren't able to play around away from the line of sight here of Happy. And they get punished for it. Now Popo and Dako both going to be taken down. Atlanta Reign have to reset, try to come back in. They're still holding on to that grab.
I don't know if this was good enough for the Charge, though. That's the thing that I'm worried about, because the Atlanta Reign come back with ult advantage, and they saved the nano for this visor. That's why we did see Rio die previously when he could have been saved otherwise. They're going to have another attack visor, but they won't be able to use it during the grab and the support ults. This EMP has to delay. And so far, they don't see Eileen.
Yep, waiting in the back. They'll be trying to hound the healers here.
Doesn't get Masa.
That's gonna, the shield's coming through, so as you say, Masa not going to get caught, but the Molten Core is going to be coming through. pumping out magma here on the point. Bomb into the back. Daco not going to be able to find anything, but makes it back into the back safely. As I say that, though, the hack actually comes through. Eileen sets up for it, and they manage to find the kill. It was looking like he was going to be surefire set, but no, does get taken down in the charge. Continue to win the fight and maintain control. Shoe scoops the double.
Okay, so the same points still stand in terms of the Rain having ult advantage here with the grab they have. This tack visor, he's going to look, it looks like he was looking for a flank here to maybe catch them off guard. Very risky to try that, as any Soldiers player will tell you. You look like a genius if it works. But anyways, this time they don't have the EMP to delay. They don't have the EMP to disrupt. So this should be Atlanta Rain getting in here and making this grab happen. They go to where Happy was standing. He's already repositioned though, so they're going to take some damage, some crossfire on the way around. Actually, good delay here from the charge.
Well, Rio going to be alone on the point. Supercharger's still waiting. Lobbed in from downtown. The grab catches him. No way to take that one away from them without a diva. So that's going to lead to several kills going over to the Atlanta Rain as they break open the point. Nearly forcing out the OT at the moment here is the charge. We'll be able to hit that figure right as the flip comes through.
Their plan, the Charge's plan with that reposition where they were all standing back, they knew that eventually the grab was going to hit them at range, was to delay for two things, the 99% that they hold currently and the EMP Eileen is 15% away from. With the EMP and the tack visor and no support ultimates to counter that, there is a way that the Charge can take this point back and win this map. Easier said than done, but that's the win condition here. The Pharah as well, there's not really enough time to build a barrage. It's just for the extra damage so that Happy can finish these targets off when he comes in with a flanking tack visor. EMP needs to be built here, though.
We'll have it. Just needs to nail this one. Pushing it right up towards them. The fade comes in. Masa not going to get caught. He was just around the corner. He's still under some pressure.
Doesn't hit Daco.
Yep, has the defense matrix. So flip over to the side. Happy finds another target. Manages to get rid of Popo. Daco going to be throwing the bomb up into the air this time. Looking for the flip back or the Rain, but Dogman's going to be taken down by Shu. So Charge looking good. Now Masa and Erster. No supports in the fight for the Atlanta Rain. Just going to be some tanks. And Popo here with a shatter and a dream. I think this is going to turn into a nightmare here as he tries to approach, and it's just getting cut down by Shu, who nearly has another Transcendence just for good measure. You heard the shatter. Get ready to roll through, but Popo dies in the middle of it. And the Charge, they will be able to take Busan.
Very
2-0.
impressive stuff here from Charge. Even though Daco didn't get taken out, the tack visor still finds the kill on Popo. Everyone is so split up on the Rain, and in that chaos, the Guangzhou Charge composition absolutely wins out.
A fantastic start for the Charge. Let's see if the Rain can tie us up when we come back from the break.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. Our old friend Hanamura Point A presented little difficulty for Gray and the Paris Eternal as they utilized a perfectly timed biotic grenade from Ana to neutralize the entire Florida Mayhem healing output. The Eternal seized their advantage and steamrolled the point.
That's a great biotic grenade, great grenade. Anti-healing down all over Florida, and immediately the hard point not so hard anymore.
was a stomp. Wow, what a beautiful setup from Gray.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Guangzhou Charge able to start things off with a victory, 2-0 on Busan. Let to rain as we get ready to move into Assault, going to be looking to tie this up.
Happy, you know, on the Soldier, he was the MVP of that last round, getting those Helix rocket kills when he needed to, breaking the barriers, and adding that extra layer of disruption on top of the Torbjorn turret, so you've got threats in different angles. His tac visor usage was well-timed, got the nano for the first one, that was really impactful. Second one, obviously, tougher to use with Dako in his face, but he still managed to survive and get that kill onto Popo. And it's a new look for Happy, because Happy has been a two-dimensional player in his past. He has been a Widow player and a Zarya player, and that is about it. And we're now starting to see him branch out further into the DPS line, back, you know, further into the Soldier 76. He would play McCree on occasion in the past as well in Contenders Korea, but it's cool to see this guy get to showcase his skills in a meta that's constantly evolving, and a lot of these Chinese teams right now are running a little bit of everything, so...
Yeah. Well, let's see what they have prepped for us here on the attack. As neither of these teams has played this map yet this season, so somebody going to be looking to pick up a victory. Or maybe it ends in a draw and no one has a win. Who knows? We'll figure it out as the Charge move in on the attack. Rio just going to be scouting with the Sombra for now.
Dako's position, he's up in the room there to get some additional information and perhaps to collapse on whoever poked out first. He does play it safer, though, and backs off. We saw Jaehong use that room yesterday to get a big bio grenade.
Yeah, very sneaky plays from Jaehong.
A lot safer as the Diva in this case to do that, since you can just fly away.
Sleep Dart not going to find a connection. Jumping up here onto the high ground, though. Rio just looking to zap and poke out where he can. Oh, no, he misses the jump into the room. And that's going to be the punish. Urster gets the shield bash instantly afterward. And they get the kill.
Full reset. But it's actually Happy who leads in Zarya ult charge. It's always the worrisome thing when someone dies in a fight, as if you're the attackers, that the defending Zarya ends up surging massively ahead. In this case, it's actually the attacking Zarya who still leads that.
Dogman playing very aggressively up front. Yep, Bio's going to be able to connect on the two people. Not going to lead any kills there at the moment. But as I say that, Eileen will get taken down as this is a very aggressive chase forward from the Atlanta Rain.
The reason why we see 3 tanks, 3 supports in this meta is because tanks do a lot of damage, they're difficult to kill, and healers heal a lot, right? But when you remove the healing factor to the tanks, they don't live as long in the mirror. They get taken out. You have to retreat. You get into a positional disadvantage. So these bio grenades and Dogman, super impactful, and it's eating a lot of the clock for the Guangzhou Charge here on their first attack.
Yep, Nano, really all they have to rely on. We'll just go ahead, toss that one straight onto Rio as he jumps up onto the high ground, trying to build up for that primal rage, which he is getting very rapidly. Good bio as well, out from the Charge, denies 3, and that's going to lead to Masa getting taken down. Dogman trying to survive, but he won't be able to do so. Uses the nano just before going down, but Rio comes up with a double, taking out both supports. Now going to be joining over onto the point with the rest of his squad. For a brief moment, sees a couple extra people, says, hey, I can get more ult charge from that. Jumps forward, now just trying to stay alive, which he will be able to do. Dako just trying to retreat, has the mech, but he's going to have to reset. Get ready to defend B.
It's been a long time since we've seen Nano Boost used as an engagement tool with Winston's, and in this case with Rio, he comes in, isolates them into a room. Baby Bay doesn't have the ability to grab in this situation, and then Shu hits the follow-up bio grenade while they're all clumped up because of the primal rage, and it was just really well timed, the bio grenade and the nano. And then afterwards, you see Happy grab just to secure the point. They don't have the advantages required to get a double cap here, so this is very likely just going to be a eco push where you try to build grav. Unless Baby Bay got picked, that would have changed everything.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad, but he does manage to stay alive, just trying to farm up some energy here. Charge not really biting. They see the bubbles come out and just stop firing. Push up onto the high ground here from Hopbot, trying to disrupt them. It's going to be a sound barrier to leave. Grab comes in from Baby Bay as well, looking for the kills. Shield needs to be taken down. They try to find it. Will manage to get the pop out here on a Hotbot's mech, and that is going to be Rio taken out. He answers one back onto Erster. The Guangzhou Charge likely can't stick around for too much longer here, as Eileen is just going to be trying to escape.
When you have this much time bank and your opponent has ult advantage, and they've already used a few of their critical ults in this choke, I find it surprising that Shu and Chara would commit support ultimates there. Hoppa would commit the self-destruct, because you're very unlikely to win this fight. And now you don't have the advantages you would have had if you had just held them and lost the fight anyways. So, puzzling choice there, especially the sound barrier from Chara.
Dako gonna get slapped. Will come back up though, so will remain safe for the moment.
Dogman's racing to see if he can get Transcends in time for this grab.
Yeah, nearly does have it. 25% left to go as Happy gets the grab online. Popo already dangerously low, trying to get topped up as Riley comes through from Erster. Eileen matching on the other side. Grab going to be thrown down straight onto the Lantern. Managed to get a catch. And a lot of members here on the side of the Atlanta Rain, and that's going to be Popo and Baby Bay both taken down. Happy nearly picked as well, but now Dogman comes in with a Transcend. It's just a bit too late to have that one ready, but will help them delay for a little bit longer. Zako gets popped out of the mech. Popo going to be respawned, coming back in, has a Shatter online, but needs to nail it because right now the charge rapidly ticking up on the point. 2 ticks already going to be grabbed. There's still 3:40 left on the clock, and no one can tag. They force them back towards the spawn doors.
Support ultimate's not required here, Achilleos. It's just going to be the grab right into the Lantern there. Everybody gets caught. Dogman's at 95% of a trance. He did not build in time, and the Guangzhou charge still keep the good time bank.
Yep, 3:41 for them. Looking pretty good. Let's see what the Rain can get when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The charge looking alive today. Atlanta Rain stumbling a bit as they do give up point B here on Hanamura with 3:41 left in the time bank for the charge. So now need to have one hell of an attack.
Certainly true. See if they can make it happen. Eileen not running the Doomfist either, so just sticking to more traditional compositions here in terms of what they were running to break A and then get, B.
Of course, guys, we do have the Atlanta homestand coming up in July, so make sure you go to atlrain.com and pick up your tickets. And I think some VIP packages as well. Get yourself a swag bag, some meet and greets, so you can walk up to Dogman and remind him that he doesn't currently have a bowl cut, as he promised.
Well, look at this.
Never forget.
Bunker composition with the May to supplement. So you'll have the ability to... What's really cool about this May is it's not about freezing people. It's not about building a blizzard. It's about isolating the front line who's trying to peek in or dive your Bastion. So the May can wall one target off and then Hotbot obliterates them with the damage that he's got on the Bastion. We'll see if he can isolate anyone. The Atlanta Rain might choose a composition that's a little bit difficult to lock down, like the one they're building right now, which is Dive. You could still get locked up in this. They're changing it up a few times here, but they will eventually settle on Sombra Genji Dive. This time, the May becomes more of the peeling, freezing, slowing hero in terms of peel, because you're not going to get very many opportunities to lock down a Genji, for example.
Push up over the top here for Erster. Looking for Happy. Unable to get a connection with the Shuriken so far, though.
Beautiful view of Genji poking up over the top here, trying to see if there's a window, if there's an opportunity.
He's just admiring this ancient door.
Meanwhile, Chara and friends just having some fun.
Yep. Jump up the top. Maywall does come through. Hotba, however, he gets left out. Will get taken down. Dogman able to find the kill. Now the Immortality Field is going to be eliminated as well. Atlanta Rain already gained 1 tick for free as Happy will fall. Ursa getting slowed up, nearly frozen. Jumps back over onto the point, gets a nice little melee hit in the back of Rio's skull. Shoe goes off the side, and well, that's A in the books. This did not go well at all.
Eileen needed to use that ice block on the point, not only to buy time, but also to build Blizzard. Blizzard, I think, is their best tool at stopping this double cap, because when we go into this attack right now, EMP, once it's ready, is going to absolutely open up a Dragon Blade for Airster. You can see the Nano come through. Even Pokpo can kind of lead this attack with a Primal Rage. They need that Blizzard badly. Eileen's 25% away from it. They'll have a Nano Boost, and they're trying desperately to use Hop on this Roadhog to try to get a pick so they can slow down this push, but the double cap, it's coming. They're going to have to stop it.
They have to use the Nano to try to keep him alive. Immortality Field now going to be coming through, but he's got a sliver of HP. The heal deny just now going to be expiring. Pokpo playing forward, zapping away like a madman. Just holding on to that Primal so he can try to gate the members of the Guangzhou charge off the point here right at the end. So Primal Rage going to get popped, Hotbuck juggled into the corner. The Dragon Blade coming down. Oh, that deflection not lasting long enough. The sleep dart from Shu will put him in a bit of a nap, and Happy can scoop the kill, but still already 2 ticks going over to the side of the Atlanta Rain as the charge desperately tries to stabilize. Eileen going to be showing us the Doomfist at long last, but the EMP instantly comes in and the Doomfist gets hacked, so can't do much of anything, and Atlanta Rain will just cap the point.
How much you can do with a Doomfist while hacked. The handling of that blade by the Rain was nearly perfect. They minimized the effect of the Blizzard, and that's how you take an ult advantage and destroy your opponent to try to complex setup. You take that momentum into B, you get a good time bank.
1 minute and 40 seconds plus to them. Let's see what happens in OT. And here we go. It's time for overtime. 5:23 for the Rain, 3:41 for the charge. Really great shutdown. I mean, it was almost basically just self-destruction on the side of the Guangzhou charge with Bunker Comp. Getting left out to dry was hot by there with that Bastion.
We have to mention also that, like, Chara was spamming his right clicks to the sky. Like, I don't know how serious they thought the attack was going to come or how quickly they thought it was going to come because of what they were doing while they were standing there. It was a bit peculiar.
I mean, we see a lot of Batiste players do that, but it was mostly the May wall coming out from Eileen that didn't work out so well.
The snowball is going to hit you hard when you lose the first defense like that, especially with no Blizzard initially, and then he got isolated there before he could use it effectively. Let's see how this attack goes for them. They had a great time bank themselves, and they'll need to try to repeat that.
Yep. Well, right now, they worked their way into the side room. Rio not going to get picked off the start. So already improvements on the initial push here from the charge. Bionade coming through. Oh man, that's going to catch 4.
Dogman just keeps hitting these.
Yeah, instantly Dako pushing forward to try to find some kills here, but unable to do so. Pokpo just going to be playing directly below them, waiting for them to drop down, so he can start getting that cleave zap coming through to build up for the Primal Rage. Right now, he is very much surging past Rio in that regard. 70% compared to 45. Rio now starting to pick up the pace a little bit as they work their way over towards the point, start poking their heads in around the corner. And a boost about to come up. Shu's got it. Instantly throws that one down. And Baby Bay, she's going to be eliminated. Rio moving forward, comes up with the kill on Namasa, and he doesn't even have to use the Primal, which means that we're just going to have this for the point B take as A goes the way to the charge.
We were giving a lot of praise to Airster, and, you know, he was way out of position there. They were kind of chasing Rio off the side, and that left Baby Bay all alone. Zarya is hard to kill. She has her bubbles. She has the heals from her supports, but when you don't have those heals, and you're by yourself, it's very easy to just get focused down. Baby Bay dies first, does build a grab to match with Happy, and they do have, you know, ways to hold this, but I'm scared about the fact that they don't have a Transcendence. And the Guangzhou charge might end up, if they can lead the grab first, getting that first pick that leads to the double cap.
Well, bubble and jump right up the top. Isolated in the staircase right now is Rio. Grab's going to be coming through, just solo onto the Winston. The Primal Rage is not enough to save him.
Slick punish there by Baby Bay. They didn't get Rio last time, but this time he leaps in too early. Primals as well, so that's a missing tool. Now he's going to swap over to the Rhine.
Yep. Dogman over to the Zen, so he's going to build up, but I mean, Happy's already got the graph ready to roll.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they still don't have an answer for, but at least he's working towards that. There's not a really good way to delay this either with the grab used in the last fight on Rio. You know, they can't just make him grab off the point.
Pushing their way out, rally to lead from Eileen. See Rio getting isolated, pushed over to the side, but still not going to be taken down this time. Pokepo's going to be the first one to fall. Shu finds the kill, the bomb out from Hotba, unable to get anything, but Erster shuts down the remake. Still a good play from him to take that away. A minute 25 remaining as Masa will get eliminated. Happy coming up with multiple kills right now on this high charge. Zarya will go ahead and help scoop a third as Erster gets taken down, and now it's got to be just delay tactics, anything they can throw at the wall and hope it sticks for the Atlanta Reign. Dogman 30% away from a Transcendence, but will get taken down. The hack goes through onto Baby Bay with a Wrecking Ball. He doesn't stand a chance. Erster jumps back in, instantly shield bashed by Eileen, taken down, and the double cap comes in for the charge.
Looks like this map is going late. You know, we're very likely with this much of a time bank as well for the Guangzhou charge going into a third round of overtime. Atlanta will have to bring us there, but since they have so much time in their bank, you have to imagine that it will happen. The thing we're wondering now is, does Guangzhou charge run the crazy bunker May again, which is great at eliminating time. You already know that you don't have to stop the charge from double capping because you've done that yourself. So there's not a win condition on this push for the Atlanta Reign. The real thing you're thinking about is how much time can we eliminate off the clock. So for the Guangzhou charge, one of the best ways to do that is the bunker comp. But then you run the risk of, in the future, if you fail it again, they have even more time than you, and then we might go into a round where they've got 5 caps and the Atlanta Reign win the map with 6. Yeah. I know we're looking very far ahead here, but that's the kind of thought process that's going through the charge's mind right now when you're looking at a massive time bank like this one.
Yeah, it seems like it got into their heads a little bit with the execution on the bunker, so will not be going forward. Shu is still going to be sticking through with the Ana, however. The Bionades out from both sides, whether it's Man or Shu, have been very instrumental and you know, big turning point in some of these fights, so we'll just go ahead and stick through with that one.
Well, Dogman's going to run on the Zen this time, though. Well, they'll scout this first. We'll see if he changes after Dako gets the report, but I do like the swap over to Zenyatta when you have better time like this, because you could basically just say, well, I'm going to get a grab, and I'm going to counter your grab because you're running Ana.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get this point as long as I don't mess up the fight.
Shots coming through. Weakening Chara, but unable to find the kill. Dogman really trying to hunt him down. Needs a couple extra people to pull their focus over to the Lucio if they want to finish him off. So for now, just playing this one out patiently.
They definitely
if the Raid have anything,
play.
they have time.
Absolutely.
So, now just under 5 minutes. Rio getting juggled around a little bit, has to leap out to safety. Hotba as well trying to retreat. Eileen gets cut down to about half HP, and that's just going to be the Rain beelining in towards the point. Dogman pressure for the moment. Sleep going to be connecting on the Dako, but he will be safe. Shields are raised. Dogman gets zoned back just a little bit by Hotba, but will be okay in the long term. Discord Orb and Rio getting taken low, and that's going to be Dako. Able to get the alley-oop, scoops the kill. Shu just trying to play around. A couple decent sight lines here. Gets another sleep in on the Dako, but gets hounded down by Baby Bay. Cap comes in. 4:48 on the clock for the Atlanta Reign, looking for the double cap.
I mean, this is definitely going to be a double cap, right? I mean, how do you stop this with the tools the charge have, or the lack of tools, I should say? They're only at 70% of a grab, the Atlanta Reign, so that's the one saving grace here. But they've got a trance. They can force the grab using the trance. So many things they can do.
And they're going to be thrown down. Rio stunned up, getting juggled. Goes lower and lower, and they finally do pressure him down. Masa coming up with that kill, and it is just a slaughter right now. One of the favorite of the Atlanta Reign. Grab going to be expiring on the back. Baby Bay just scooping up kill after kill. Masa going to have to try to tag in here, or Char rather. Going to have to try to tag in at the last second. Shatter comes down, both Ryans hit the ground. That's going to be the cap rolling through. Atlanta Reign, they crush it.
They never get to use their grab. They win the fight because it's such a predictable defense there. Rio gets nanoed. They stun him and knock him around. They eliminate him. They make him irrelevant, then use the ult advantage they have to take the point.
Well, 3 minutes, 5 seconds, the advantage for the Reign. Let's go into double OT. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Get strapped in because we're into double overtime. 4 points each at the moment, but a very significant difference in time at the moment for the Atlanta Reign. 4:07 is what they finished with there. So Guangzhou Charge, they have their work cut out for them if they want to move up 2-0.
Certainly going to be pretty tall order to take both of these points in a minute and two. It will take essentially a double cap
or a double cap after the first push fails. They're never going to get a second chance on B. Like when they get A, they have to double.
Yep.
And
Dogman.
Dogman's hiding, looking for the bio. He's not
going
doing
sneaky.
the J-Hong spot, but a different angle here.
This could cost him dearly. We'll see. Bionate throw down, only going to be able to find Happy, but Shu somehow will be the casualty in the end. Happy puts the bubble up, but even then he can't retreat far enough back. It is a very aggressive push forward from the Atlanta Reign all the way back over to the spawn doors as they clean up shop. That's going to be 30 seconds remaining now as they force Hotba to surrender what little ult charge he had.
As soon as the bio grenade hit, there was a bit of panic in the charge. They didn't stay in formation as well as they should have. Shu gets picked, and the rest is history, right? This has to be a fight they win with no ultimates. So it's going to probably have to be a pin or some sort of pick-off.
Dogman just waiting.
He's looking for another bio if he can hit one.
Lurking at the same angle. Sleep not going to find a hit, but the bio
Bio's
will.
good.
That's going to be two members taken low. Can they even tag in? Somebody's actually over onto the point. It's going to be Char at the moment looking for the back cap. First tick nearly rolling through, but he's got to exit as he takes too much damage. This does pull the Reign back over to the point, gives the Charge a bit more room to work with, but Nano comes out onto Pokebo. He is swinging away like a madman, desperately trying to take down Rio. Now he himself under severe fire. Goes lower and lower. Shatter's going to be coming in, but it hits no one. Bubble is up from Happy, so he stays safe. And onto the point, the first tick nearly there for the Charge, just trying to outlast them. The bomb's coming in from Dako, but he's going to be taken down, and Hotba, 8 baby bays grab. Absolutely huge play for him. Dako with a self-destruct, only able to find one, but the Charge still not yet grabbing a tick. But with Masa going down, this seems more and more doable for them. Shatter comes in, just kind of zoning them back. Dogman now going to be picked off. Baby Bay here by himself will get finished off, and with a minute to start, they actually do manage to grab A. 30 seconds on the clock. They only have a sound barrier.
It's the trance that'll get you, and that's what got charged this point. Shu had the burst healing that Masa didn't yet have because it builds slower than Transcends. As you can see, Shu's about to have a second one by the time Masa's had his, and that's what really got them the opportunity. Now, they have to snowball this. Baby Bay matches grab charge as well because he stayed so long. And this is really a fool's errand for the Guangzhou Charge to jump down onto the point, but they've got no choice.
I mean, they have to. There's just no time left. Nano nearly ready. Needs that one online instantly. Trying to save Pokebo. Instantly tosses that one down. Sound barriers out from the Charge. Matched on the other side by Masa. They try to keep Pokeball alive. Shatters online. Drops the hammer. Manages to find two, but can they get the kills? That's going to be the Transcendence running. Good interrupt there on Pokebo's pin. They manage to knock him to the ground. Now the grab comes through. They lock him up. The tanks are going to be falling. The Guangzhou Charge. Can they actually do this? Starting with just over a minute. They're now in onto B. Masa tags forward. Keeps this one contested for the moment. Dogman has to basically intend giving up his life, but now the supports are going to be dead. They're ticking their way up. One already going over to the Charge. Can they actually close this out? Wrecking Ball coming through from Pokebo. They zone him back. The pin from Rio not going to hit, but Pokebo instantly melts down. The grab comes in from Baby Bay, but it's not going to be good enough. They get it in OT. Guangzhou Charge. Oh, man.
That is the critical asterisk, though. It is OT, and the Atlanta Reign still have an incredible time bank to match them, tie up the 6-6, then take an additional 7th point to win the map. So the Charge are now playing only for a draw, and it's all about defense, defense, defense here now because, you know, it didn't work out for them previously. We saw the initial pick, the kill comes in, Atlanta Reign steamroll both points, maintain that top-tier time bank. It's incredible in itself that the Guangzhou Charge were able to even make this happen with no ultimates there. They played with raw mechanics, absolute skill-based, ultless fight there that they take. I mean, not completely ultless, right? Chara matches the sound barrier, but with an ult disadvantage, they were able to turn this on its head and keep the chances of a draw alive. If you don't get A in the first push in a situation like this, then that's what you're playing for, because even if you get B, there's just no physical way in pro play to get a time bank in this situation.
Well, basically, back to the beginning for the Atlanta Reign, just 7 seconds more than they would normally have at the start of the round.
I say they play for a draw. I do have to add on to that there's a chance they could hold this for 4 minutes and win the map here.
Absolutely.
But
You know,
I mean,
think
after
they're
that push, anything's possible.
I think they're thinking about not doing that, but just trying to time make as much as possible. I think they're thinking about the draw. They're playing this for the draw because it's unrealistic to expect you're going to hold this for 4 minutes plus.
Well,
We've seen it before.
they're still going to be looking for it. It's basically a normal full hold. That's what they're going to be looking for here. Pokebo just going to be charging back, getting ready for the swaps. Okay, Wrecking Ball. And Ursa going to be shifting over onto the Pharah.
They're just going to try to surprise them with this potentially.
Never mind.
Some indecision.
It's back to the break.
I like that Dogman sticking with the attack Zenyatta. I think it's way better given the time bank they have than the Ana here. When you don't have good line of sight for the grenades on the attacking side.
Bubbles coming in. Rio just trying to hold the door as best as humanly possible. Chara guarding from above.
He's also looking to try to isolate one target if
Oh,
possible.
that's going to be the breakthrough. They push in. Rio going lower and lower. Can they keep him alive? The answer is going to be no, but Masa will be treeing it out as Eileen comes up with the kill, but he himself will get picked off by Baby Bay. And now Shu is gone. 3 members dead. That's going to have to be the retreat call. They don't want to give any other ult charge over to the members of Atlanta Reign. That's why they're not sticking around and trying to buy more time off the bank.
They'll get a little bit of a boost of time here, but they'll have a lot of time to work their way up to ult advantage to stop the charge. I think Shu should absolutely be swapping to Zen right now because he needs to eventually get that Transcends to stop Baby Bay's grab. If they can use Zen to defend here, then he has that fighting chance of winning the map. But if he stays with the Ana here, then, I mean, this could just be the end. And he needs a big bio grenade here if he's going to make this pick worth it. And Baby Bay, regardless, is going to finish that charge.
Oh, throws it down, goes straight into the shield. Pokebo managed to block that one out.
Baby Bay's
Still
ticking up.
very low. Nano online.
He's just looking for the grab. He's like, if I get this grab, game over.
Pretty much, unless Hotbutt can take that one away. 2 minutes and 40 seconds still remaining. Rio going to get nanoed. As they try to keep him alive down here, still taking so much damage, so juggled around, the barrier even dangerously low. Fire strike through, allows him to get the Earth Shatter, but Dogman will cut him down. Grab comes through, Trance is going to be out. Dogman keeping his squad alive now. The answering grab comes through, plus the Shatter Pokebo. He gets himself a double with the Fire Strike. 1 tick going through, the charge. Gonna have to get strapped in because it's going to be another 2+ minutes that they have to defend to try to get this draw.
Yep. No way to get the sound barrier in time for Chara. No Transcendence means all Baby Bay has to do is hit the ground with the grab. He builds it, he makes it happen. There's still a chance for a draw, but it feels less and less likely with Atlanta taking point A on first push every time.
Yep, 2:13 for Reign as we go into triple OT. Well, Guangzhou charge, we're able to pull off a pretty miraculous push with a minute, get the double cap, but now can they have a single tick defense here on A?
And when we were 2-2, we described this scenario, right? About how the Reign were going to be playing for that 7th capture. You knew that in this meta and also how these two teams are playing that we were likely going to eventually end up in this scenario.
We do. And now the Guangzhou Charge are still going to stick with Shu on the Ana. And they're going to run this, Ryan Zarya. There's a chance that Baby Bay decides to play around the fact there's no trance again and just kind of crashes his way into the point repeatedly until he gets a grab. And I think that's a solid plan here.
Well, again, showing some experimentation, but they swap away from it. Erster almost coming in with the Batiste, but we'll go ahead swap back over on to the Brig.
Notice the positioning here for Shu is the same as Dogman's. You have line of sight of all your teammates, but also a big opportunity for a bio grenade if they take this path, which they do. Shields up, though.
That's going to be Erster taking down now Masa. Already a good start. A minute and a half going to be remaining. Atlanta Reign kind of have to just get out of here and reset right now. The longer they wait to die, unless they can engineer an escape here.
The whole idea is to make sure that Baby Bay doesn't get grabbed. And when he's stuck in here like this and can't hit anybody, he's not building grab charge. Happy, on the other hand, is at 50%. If Baby Bay never gets that grab, you're never worried about the lack of trance.
That's going to be a heel denier there on to Popo. As he goes lower and lower, Airstar as well barely inches his way out through the doors to try to stay in there. Daco's going to get popped out of the mech. The shield going lower for Popo. Nearly broken. Guangzhou Charge feel free to go ahead and push forward, and this is going to be a slaughter in their favor. They clean him up, Daco. Left here.
In a longer fight like this, usually the attacking Zarya would build a grab, but Guangzhou Charge just kept going in and out of these fights, avoiding his damage. And almost like a metronome in terms of the timing of it, they walked out right when Baby Bay would engage. He still builds 75%. He will build this in this fight. The rally's going to come out from Airstar. Baby Bay's going to come in. He's going to do enough damage to build the grab. How do they deal with that is probably going to be a sound barrier. Char's going to have to live long enough to see that.
Grab straight up here onto the door. No kills coming through yet. Dogman does manage to get the Transcendence off in time to keep him alive, but Daco's going to get popped out of the mech by Hot Pop. And now Chara. Dead. Popo comes up with a kill.
No sound barrier.
Rio going lower and lower. Popo going to be taken down, but it is at the cost of the enemy main tank, so still looking decent here for the side of the Atlanta Rain. The grab comes in from Baby Bay. The kills are going to be there. And it was looking so good for the Charge to be able to pull this off and force out the draw, but the Atlanta Rain, with their superior time bank, with all those rounds, they managed to take the win, tie us up.
We saw it coming, you know, this is how this map is played often in professional play. A marathon of a round here. But in the end, the Atlanta Rain are going to tie us up 1-1. This is going to be a well-needed halftime they're going to take.
That it is. We'll see you guys on the other side of that break.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Atlanta started off the week upsetting the mighty NYXL, and now it's the Charge who are trying to close out an upset. Right now, it's tied up at the half at 1 apiece. Welcome back, everybody. It's Puckett. I'm here with Sideshow. We've got hexagrams, and as you can see, the score above 1-1 after a very, 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 very long Hanamura game. But let's remind everyone where we started, because we started this match with Atlanta coming off that big win over the NYXL. They had all the confidence in the world. but unfortunately the gameplay wasn't as clean as we were expecting, Josh.
Well, they certainly didn't look like the NYXL Crushers, and I think there was a lot of conversation in the community about how good really Atlanta Reign are. They're able to take that win over NYXL, but I was personally worried they might not have the focus. I think they have looked fairly focused. A lot of people were thinking, okay, they're right back to where they were with Daco in the lineup. They're a fantastic team again. Well, I think you have to wind that one back in as well. They still look like a team that's struggling at times. They didn't really know how to deal with this composition particularly well. And I think overall, the pieces that shone the most against NYXL, people like Dogman, ended up actually getting shut down and punished a little bit, especially in this first map.
There were some questionable plays, especially when it got to Hanamura too, but even in this first one from Daco, I don't think he's playing as crisp as I used to remember him playing, stepping out in front of shields, getting demeched all too often, but I think the Charge are playing pretty well. It's the guys from the Charge I was expecting to step up. It's Happy and it's Shu, and they're having carry moments covering up for some of their team's mistakes.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this second map, because now you're the Charge. You got some confidence from game number 1. Your attacks are looking glorious, but where's your defense here, friends? This one, we saw it go 6 points. Finally, it's Atlanta stealing it with the 7th final point. But this one was forever.
It really did. It lasted forever. It was the longest Hanamura game, or the highest scoring, rather, Hanamura game that we've had in 2019. And both of these teams were taking advantage of the snowballs into point B. And that's something that you don't see very often. I mean, this is a beautiful play. The grab into the Earth Shatter as well. They tranced it. But it doesn't matter, because they were after the players that were behind the grab, not the players that were in the grab.
The only thing that matches the Charge's lows are also their high points in play, too. And it's the defense got in trouble a lot of the times because Chara was a little too aggressive, and Atlanta was able to spot him out, boost past him, then he was the first to die in some of these fights. And what's really frustrating is that the Charge had an advantage a lot of these situations, but were dying with ultimates that could have won them point A's or even point B's on a defense, and it just never came to fruition.
I think what I've noticed about this game with the Charge is that they seem to be less scared of Atlanta. It's something that we talked about a lot for the Guangzhou Charge after they got in their head about that long loss streak. And having broken that against the Hangzhou Spark, and the fact that that went to 5 maps, I think has given them a bit of confidence. And they're not just backing off from every engagement. They are going toe-to-toe. They're sometimes losing Rio. They're not getting the best end of these head-to-heads. But it's not like he's getting slammed in the fights. And he's actually surviving a lot more than Mano was in their previous engagement, which is super weird.
That's kind of a weird point. A good point, though. Let's talk big picture for the Charge fans out there, though, because this is a team that started so strong in Stage 1. Now you look at their record, they're 3-9. They haven't won in Stage 2, basically. They're getting pummeled. Hex, here's a look at all of their failures in the past, but you still picked this team to win the match.
Yeah, well, one, you know my disdain for numbers in general, as it were. But look at this. This is not fair. This isn't cool to do to a team. They have to go against the Gladiators. They get the Titans early on as well. Eternal, Shock twice. The Gladiators again. Spark they had lost to.
Really, though? A 4-0 to the Eternal.
That's when they were okay. And, you know, not everyone has a perfect day all the time, but this is a brutal schedule for them. This is in their losing streak. I think they also might have had to play the Titans twice at some point.
They did in Stage 1,
So if they played the Titans twice, the Gladiators twice, the Shock twice. That's like 6 losses right there. That's just tough luck.
Well, we do know Kings Row is going to be Game 3. This is basically going to be the turning point of the match for the Charge. Are you still confident in your pick?
Yeah, I'm still confident in my pick. I think they're going to run what Atlanta would call cheesy comps, and I think the Charge excel at it. Even on Kings, I think they can do it.
Josh, you picked Atlanta. How does this play out?
Yeah, I feel still fairly confident in Atlanta, mostly because I don't think we're going to head towards that cheesy pick. We'll see. I don't really know what we're going to see. Right. But if it goes to the 3-3, I think that Atlanta have been getting the better end of most of those engagements. And the first map was mostly them relying on DPS. So I agree with you. They need to bring out the DPS at some point. I just don't know whether the Kings Row is really the map.
I can see a hot Bafara coming in here just for a little bit.
It's going to be insanely close, I feel. Blizzard Arena, are you ready for 2 more games? Make some noise. That's right. We're going to close it out here at halftime. When we come back, Game 3 on Kings Row.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway through this series so far. It has been a long one. A bit of a trek at the moment, going to 6 rounds on each side. Not 6 rounds, but 6 points on each side on Hanamura. Rain able to close it out in the end, tie up the series 1-1, so we still might have plenty more Overwatch to be played, unless somebody can clean up their act, because right now it's been very scrappy.
Certainly has been very scrappy, and I think that we're going to continue to see a little bit of that from the Charge. That's what they're all about. In terms of maps, though, these 2 next maps are some of the most standardized maps in the pool.
Yep.
You see almost purely 3-3 on both of them. So if it is going to be either of these teams, particularly the Charge, you would expect to run something weird. How weird can it really be is the question that we have to ask. Because, I mean, this is still King's Row.
Seen some pretty weird stuff in the past, even on King's Row. Some May attacks coming through. If I do recall, back in the days of Contenders Season 2.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff. We saw Surefour with the, Bamboozle with the Widowmaker, Gata swap. There's a lot of different things you can do on this map, but a lot of the strategies we've seen in the past have been figured out and no longer used because they're so common. Airster's going to pop with the Widow to see if he can get a kill.
Shu trying to get a sneaky little sleep dart there. Not going to hit anybody, and as you say, Erster just going to be swapping back over to the Brigitte now.
All right, so Lorraine is going to look to build ult charge here, and non-stop Dogman is deciding he wants to play Zen now. He's looking for picks onto Shu, and otherwise just as much damage as possible to build the Transcendence.
Well, pushing forward right now are the Charge, moving away from the point for just a little bit. Rio giving up his flank for a moment to Dogman, but instantly turns back around with a shield. But as I say that, the barrier is going to get destroyed, and Reinhardt not even going to be able to finish the voice line. Dogman takes his head off immediately after that shield goes down, and that's going to be snatched up by the rain.
I mean, Dogman, I think you have to give this guy credit where it's due, and he's been one of the most talked about players in the Overwatch League, but he's young talent. He comes straight from, the Contenders and the Open Division scene, streamer, and he has come in and really impressed as a rookie player.
Yeah, he has. Honestly, it's been a really good start for him, making it into playoffs the first time that he makes it into the Overwatch League. Bull cut or not, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Be more impressive with a bull cut, though.
Yeah, I have to agree.
All right, well, coming in.
Let's see if they can have the same impact with this Nano as the Trance is going to be on the other side.
Ooh, Rio falling dangerously low there. Just managed to stay alive. Grab's going to be coming through on either side. Shatter comes in the bomb, looking for the pop, but Ducko's going to get himself a quadra kill.
There are so many ways to deal with a nanoed Reinhardt. We've seen this already several times this series. If you telegraph your game plan immediately with a nanoed Reinhardt, it's so easy to stun him, grab him, knock him to the side, shatter him. I mean, there's so many different ways you can shut this down. A nano boosting Winston is a little bit more difficult because of its extra mobility and his ability to go from, vertically from one floor to another. Well, the Reinhardt here, this is a thing of the past to nano a Reinhardt for an engagement. That's old meta. It doesn't really work out very well anymore, and you've got to use it late after the grab if you're going to use it at all. If you're going to use it to initiate, you're just going to get pummeled, and we're seeing Rio face this adversity every time he gets nanoed.
Well, Cart nearly rolled into B already with still 4 minutes plus on the clock. Sound barrier going to be coming out from Chara, now matched by Masa. No further ultimates available for the side of the Atlanta Reign. Still trying to get this Cart across the finish line, but Erster will get taken down. Baby Bay managed to find happy, but now with Masa picked as well, that is going to have to be a bit of a slowdown here on the push from the Atlanta Reign as they wait for those 2 supports to come back in.
Yeah, and we will see Rio, just back off. He's trying to be greedy and get a bunch of ult charge. He's also building charge.
And Popo's doing a really good job of getting ult charge for himself. Baby Bay, he's just going to pick off Shu. Hotbutt going to be knocked out of the mech. Has to use a bomb now. Grab going to be coming in as well. And that is just going to be the lockdowns coming through. Fire Strike narrowly missing Chara, but seems like he's still not going to be able to make it out with his life intact. He's desperately trying to do so, but Airster gets him right at the end. 4:52 for the final stretch.
It was mentioned on the halftime show. There's a lot of nerves that come into being on such a losing streak like this. Rio is a better player, I feel, than what he's showing right now. You and I have commentated him for a long time, but Pokpo is destroying him in the front line. He's playing too greedy. He doesn't have the Ana anymore, but he's standing there like he does. That's for sure. He's dying first.
Shatter coming out, finds Eileen over onto the side. The Transcendence still going to be coming through from Shu to try to keep them up. Bomb not going to be invested. Wasn't a large enough hit. Dako's just going to get pushed off. I guess the Jets maybe on cooldown as he goes flying off the side.
Well, they also committed the rally here, and what was a huge opportunity with that shatter is shut down by the fact that they don't have any follow-up ultimates. They can't close the gap there. The rally was there in attempt to get them on top of the heroes that were stuck and stunned there, but it's not enough, so ends up being actually pretty moot at the end of the day.
Well, grab available from Happy. Dogman still 39% away from that next Transcendence. Making decent pace at the moment. They're trying to pick that one up. Popo pushing forward, getting a little bit aggro, trying to get that next shadow ready to roll. Baby Bay stunned up. The bubble comes in. The barrier on the side of Popo just, it's so low, and Shu will be able to take him down. The ults at the moment for the Guangzhou charge looking fantastic as they nearly have 6 ready to go.
It's the stun from Eileen that sets up the kill onto Baby Bay there. He bubbles late, but he's already low on health, and it's too hard to escape in a situation like that. And ideally, Happy wanted to grab in that fight before Dogman had trance, but he doesn't need to because they get that kill. So they get to hold on to 6 ultimates here, and they can stagger them how they like to try to force out Dogman's trance and Moss's sound barrier. That's what you want here as the charge, is to waste those support ults.
Grab comes through, catches him right on the side of the cart. Transcendence has to come in from Dogman. Bombs into the back to get the boop. That's going to be Baby Bay taken down. Now, no grab in the greater fight.
That's all you need?
Yep, push forward, coming back in. Decent time buy so far for the charge. Remember where we started. Now we're down below 3 minutes. It's been a very successful defense and very economically friendly, I guess you could say, as far as the ults are concerned for the charge.
And since they still hold the trance, they're just able to say, okay, we're going to give it 2 ults to this fight. We baited out Dogman's trance. Still got the kill with a bomb because it was well executed there. Papa makes it happen. And they have the defender's advantage as well. It's hard for Baby Bay to even get into Grav right now. So how could he be more efficient? They're going to have to settle for burning these members down low first.
Now, Happy nearly getting picked there. This match stay alive.
This is what
very
you want.
high energy for Baby Bay. Trying to melt the shield from Rio.
It's gone.
It's nearly destroyed. Has to try to just retreat and let that one regen, which gives a lot of space for the Atlanta Rain to advance with the card.
He was hoping to bait the trance out of Shu because he was doing so much damage. He might not even need that anymore. Happy!
Now he's going to be out. Happy going lower and lower. Drops the grab. Catches a couple members. Dako's going to be dropping the bomb right into the middle of the point. The sound barrier comes through from Chara to try to keep everybody else alive. Transcendence is going to be expiring from both of these teams. The sound barrier coming in a bit later from Masa to try to finish the fight. Popo going low, just backing up constantly with a shield race, trying to keep his teammates safe. And so far, it's working a treat. Against the armor pack, still staying alive. That next shatter nearly online for Popo, but he's got to survive. Keeps falling. It's his way back around the corner, but Dako's been knocked out of the match. Baby Bay down to half.
Okay, they're going to have to back off here, I think. Popo, being aggressive, is going to come back to bite him if he actually continues to do this. He's got the shatter, but he needs a positional advantage to use it. He doesn't have that right now. I think it's safer to try to get Baby Bay the grab.
Dako's going to be dead. 1 minute and 20 remaining. They have to wait for that Diva to come back in.
Shu with a flank here. He came around the right side where the shield couldn't block his damage.
Shadow's going to be coming out. Oh, as Rio goes up into the air. The Shadow's looking really good, and that's going to be 2 kills coming through. Transcendence has to be popped by Dogman. Couldn't make it around the backside of the shield in time. So does force out that ultimate. Now Shu going to be using his own. Just trying to buy some time. Wait for the rest of the team to come back in as the grab comes through. Chara, however, going to be picked off. Now Happy going to be going down. Hotpa trying to delay. Will get knocked out of the mech. And Rio's coming back in now, but the card's going to start advancing if they can just kill off this pesky baby Diva who's keeping it rolling. Starting inching forward now, the sound barrier going to be used. Not soon enough to keep Baby Bay alive in the fight, so now this is the damage really going to be gone on the side of the Atlanta Rain as they try to hold out hope to get this across the finish line with time in the bank. Chara going to be taken down. Dogman finds a kill, and that was just enough, just what they needed to get the finish here on King's Row. But man, what a hold from the charge.
They were so close, too, to buying a little bit more time. The Doomfist comes out, and then suddenly you've got a real fighting chance. Popo is winning the Reinhardt matchup so hard, though. They get the kill with Shu. They overextend. The shatter punishes hard.
35 seconds on the finish to see what Charge can do with their attack.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta Reign steamrolling their way through Kings Row at the beginning, but getting to that last stretch, even with the massive time bank that they had, Charge is working them pretty good with that defense. They drained the clock down to 35 seconds, and now that's all that remains.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this shatter here at the end. This is after the pick we saw from Shu. And
Get Rio right up in the air.
He's just way too far out there.
When you get that far out, you make yourself vulnerable to displacement like that, and you empower your opponent's shatter potential. And Pokpo has just been absolutely crushing him in terms of position. Eileen on the Doomfist here. We're going to finally see this for the first time this series. Very difficult to get into position on King's Row to use this, though.
Already getting pressured here by Baby Bay, tagged up at every peak of the corner. Seismic Slam into the back, stunned up, instantly melted down, but they can't quite finish him off with shielding. Coming in clutch with a passive. Will be able to survive. Now he's cutting around the back.
Just trying to keep himself hidden. That's half of everything about Doomfist is just not getting spotted.
Masa pushing forward. Okay, they do see him, but they can't pick him off. So now
he's gonna try to come up from above.
Yep. Airstart nearly getting picked, falls down below half HP. That's gonna be the charge in onto the point. Nearly grabbing the first tick, but Atlanta Reign, they aggress, push back in. Try to maintain control here. Now gonna be pushed back. Baby Bay getting right up into Rio's face. Stunned up, however. Gonna be kept alive. He's gonna fall low, and Hotpa does manage to find the kill as he's over onto the Zarya right now. 2 kills going the way of the Guangzhou Charge. Looking for a bit more, and they're gonna be able to find it. It is the Hotpa show in the kill feed right now. Looking great, and that is gonna be A going their way. So now 5:09, very similar feeling here as they get ready to start the Streets phase.
Look at the difference here as well. Hotpa's playing Zarya. This is one of his, best heroes back, often last year, but also in the Apex days on LW Red. It's normally Happy who plays the Zarya, but they've changed it up with this Doomfist composition because they're playing it more like Dive in a lot of ways because you have this extra damage that rolls with your Zarya. Zarya needs to support the Doomfist while also doing massive damage. Here comes another Rocket Punch.
Well, that's going to be the grab coming through.
Space Jam potential.
Not seeing any Space Jam.
They don't commit.
Yeah, Eileen just holding on to it. They see the Transcendence gone, though. Now he's going to drop into the back. Oh, Masa wasn't ready for it. Neither was Pokpo. The uppercut takes him out. Eileen looking clean, if you know what I mean.
Yes. I'm speechless after what you've just said. I mean, there's nothing else I can add to that one.
Poor Dako. That's what we can talk about, is Dako is getting brutally staggered.
Yeah, this is mean, in fact.
Yeah.
Well,
there's
now for the Reign, and kind of figuring out how you want to re-engage here. You know that Hoppa used his grab, but you also know that Shu's likely to have a trance for this next fight. You're also worried about Eileen, where he is positioned, and it's really Dogman's job and Aristar's job to shut him down. A sleep dart or a stun or both is the best way to stop this thing from getting shields.
Jump into the back. Dogman, nowhere to go. The Rocket Punch will take him down. Eileen still just playing forward. Grab's going to be coming out from Baby Bay. Trying to lock him down, but that is going to be the shatter into the Meteor Strike. Eileen scoops some extra kills, and the Guangzhou Charge, very similarly, just steamrolling their way through King's Row. 5 minutes remaining in the time bank.
That's the Space Slam right there with the shatter.
Reign have to do something to stop this.
I mean, the thing is, Doomfist is such a pick-based hero. He gets a single kill by, slamming someone in the wall with his punch, or using the Seismic Slam to get a combo.
No, this time he can't make it out. Dako will be able to come up with the kill, so decent stabilization for the Reign for the moment with a single pick.
You just don't want to be in those rooms, don't want to be in those walls.
Well, despite losing out on their DPS, they will go ahead and use a sound barrier. Trying to keep everybody alive. Hotpa just beaming down Masa. Gets rid of the one contesting the cart, and now they continue to roll forward.
They don't even need the grab.
I mean, it is just a slaughter at the moment.
They're just going to grab spawn, I think.
Yeah, might as well.
Dako's going to take a different angle here, or they're going to get caught. Okay, he's coming from the right side.
Trying to push his way around for the right side.
He's knocked away, though.
Him back. Yep, he just can't get in. Whip shots doesn't all come through. They push him off, and the charge, well, they make it look easy.
Doomfist is all they needed. Eileen goes back to his signature hero, at least here in Stage 2. And the Atlanta Reign are caught off guard. They're picked in these tight hallways.
4:31 to a minute. Let's see who comes out on top when we come back for OT. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Guangzhou Charge crushing their attack on Kings Row. They'll start things off in overtime. On the defense, Atlanta Reign have a minute.
Yeah, with all the delay that the Charge had, even though they were getting caught out oftentimes, Rio was killed in that shadow we had the replay of. They fought a lot of time. They had a lot of good ult exchanges overall. The Atlanta Reign certainly can take this on their first push. I mean, let's look back to Hanamura. You know, that happened quite often. So I think the Charge should just take a very defensive approach. They have to assume they're going to get A with the time bank they have, and they'll push a little bit. So, you know, if things are going poorly, just back off. Don't give Atlanta Reign the ult advantage that can give them a huge overtime push. That's what you're most afraid of.
Yep.
Is that overtime ult disadvantage.
I mean, we already saw Guangzhou Charge able to make a lot out of a little. They gave the time on Hanamura. Pushing forward, though, Baby Bay trying to build up that energy. Sitting around 50 at the moment as Popo, oh man, goes dangerously low. Knocked back. Honestly, a bit of a blessing there as he gets beaten and battered around.
I like the disengage here for the Charge, but they will have to stick to this point. They are going to have to come back in here.
The poke damage right now coming out, especially from Shu, is just doing some serious work, constantly trying to focus down one member, threaten them, and at least it pulls them off the point.
Dogman doing more, though. He's going to get trans first. That is massive for getting this first cap.
Yeah, we'll be able to have it. Happy going to be hovering around half HP. Char going to be taken down. Baby Bay coming up with a crucial pick. Is that going to be enough, however, for them to get this cap to finish this off and try to get the card rolling? Second tick going to be snagged. Guangzhou Charge trying to wait as long as they possibly can. They finally start pushing forward, but already the HP bar is so very low. Trans is going to be out on either side. Popo drops the hammer. It's not going to be able to find anything. Grabs come in from Baby Bay. Matched by Happy on the other side. Sound barrier comes in for the Rain, however, and that's going to be Rio gone. The point going to be capped. They have to stay glued to that card as soon as it comes out those doors.
I have to thank these 12 players for painting a perfect picture of what this meta looks like in its most chaotic form. Trance out early meant the grabs were going to be better for Baby Bay. Or, you know, the grab was going to be better for Baby Bay. Happy's coming out when Dogman had trance up, whereas Shu having to match his trance meant Baby Bay did more there. That's the main reason why they get this overtime push started. But the thing I was talking about earlier, being afraid of the overtime push, not this one, because they're even on ults. All the Charge have to do is win one simple team fight. If the Rain had an ult advantage here and this overtime push, then you're like, oh my god, they could finish the map in overtime. Anything could happen.
Yep.
So they at least keep the ults even. In fact, Rio has the Shatter. He hasn't been very successful with it, but
Rio getting juggled. He just can't make it out of here. Going to be taken down. No chance to use the Shatter. At least retains the ultimate, but now they have to peel so far back. They don't have a shield to stand behind unless everyone's going to crowd up behind Eileen.
I mean, Rio is just the toy, the plaything of the Atlanta Reign with how far he's standing. They are just cutting him off and killing him repeatedly.
Ragdolled is what that was right there.
That was a ragdoll for sure. He has the Shatter. He wants to get in a position to use it, but he can't die trying.
All right, Hoppa goes for the sound barrier to lead from Chara. To try to take the fight, to close it out right here. If they can get them away from the card for just a second, that OT bar will disappear.
They got to be careful about the ensuing grab, too.
Shadow going to be coming out. Catches through on the other side. Eileen going to get knocked to the ground. He's trying to stay alive. Transcend is going to be used by Shu. Dogman matching on the other side, but now the grab comes in for the Atlanta Reign. This is certainly looking winnable. Bomb going to be thrown in. Shu going to be killed. The fire striking the bomb from Hoppa's not going to find anything. Atlanta Reign will be able to cruise into B.
Oh, man.
152 meters left to go, and it's just going to be cleanup time as they build more ults.
Happy was stuck in the Shatter. He couldn't actually get into the fight to build the grab he needed, the grab that Baby Bay just had, and in the longer fight, Baby Bay builds half of another one. This is exactly where you don't want to be as the Charge. You don't want to be down on ultimates, the defenders in an overtime push. You can't crack this, and you don't have a choice in terms of, I'll just delay, I'll just back off. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. This is a 1 minute push, and it is going almost all the way.
Yep, nearly there. They have their eyes set on the prize right now. Do the Atlanta Reign. Shatter ready to go from Popo, waiting for another golden opportunity. Happy, likely just going to try to play the corner with this grab. Reduce the amount of chances that Dako could take it away with the defense matrix. I think if that happens, that's GG on this push.
Pretty much.
Atlanta Reign probably just glide through. Grab going to be coming out first. Happy to lob his in, and that's going to be Dako taking it away. Just as promised. Absolutely clutch from him. Welcome back to the team. 2 series in a row. Dako coming up huge to try to get them across that finish line. It's not over yet, but it's really looking like it's pretty much done. Char going to get finished off. Shu can't do anything but retreat. OT from the very start, and they make it to the finish. Atlanta Reign looking alive.
The thing is, we have to talk about the psychology of this as well. When you are the better time bank team and you've lost control of A, you've lost control of your ult economy, you're going to make brash decisions. We saw Rio come up, try to look for a shatter. He knows if I just hit this one shatter, we stop him right where I stand. But the Reign have nothing to lose. And when you think about the mentality that goes into that, everyone's been in that ranked game where you were ahead on time bank and then suddenly the cart just keeps rolling. You're like, guys, we gotta focus, just regroup, group up. Like, this is stoppable, right? And I think that when the Reign are just playing calm, this is the best environment for them where they're able to isolate Rio. They've been isolating all series long and kill him. The Chargers start making mistakes. They start using ults incorrectly. We see Happy toss the grab in to, the defense matrix there in the end, as you kind of predicted was a likely occurrence because of where Dako was positioned and, how the fight was going. That's the kind of thing that, it's going to happen to even the most veteran players. And of these 6, that is definitely Hotba right now. But the rest of these players have spent time playing in their contenders regions as well. But even still, definitely shaken. And this doesn't feel like a time make advantage anymore, does it? 4:31 to the 1 minute.
I mean, still decent start, but not going to get those bump ups as they advance along to the different stops. Hotba showing us the Doomfist for the moment. Now going to be swapping back over. So it seems like they're not going to try it here on this attack, despite how well it went for Eileen. Charge is going to be looking to play around the 3-3 with their superior time bank, but that's just been kind of thrown out the window. First on Hanamura by the Charge, now here on King's Row by the Reign. Can we get the 6 and 6 on King's Row? We're about to find out.
Could be.
Charge slowly advancing over onto the point. Giving a good beating to Popo's barrier, trying to knock that one down. Open up for that further damage to be coming through from the back line.
Rio needs to make sure he doesn't overextend here around this corner.
Oh, Popo pushing forward. Sorry, Bubble goes through there, trying to keep him alive, and
He's
Rio
dead.
is going to be taken down. Dogman just going to be spamming out. Eileen now falling as well.
You can see it. The Atlanta Reign, every time he steps out, you watch those players collapse on him like piranhas on a piece of raw meat tossed into the river. I mean, they will kill him the second he steps across the line. When he goes one step too far, they get on top of him, destroy him. Popo leads the ult charge 30% as a result. This longer fight where they kill him gives Baby Bay a grab. These things cannot happen if you want to hope to finish this map. You cannot be behind an ult.
Grab coming in right at the choke. Transcendence going to be out from Shu. And a boost thrown in from Dogman. Remember, there's no Transcendence here. Trying to counter that when it does come through. Happy going to be using it now. Baby Bay taken down. Shu able to find one. Rio going to be knocked to the ground. The shield bash coming through from Erster. Denies the pin, but Erster himself going to be eliminated by Eileen. So suddenly, the point looking very open for the Charge to take.
Okay, good fight there. Good disengage after the grab. And Chara didn't even have his sound barrier. He will momentarily. And for the Atlanta Reign, we talked about this when they were on the attack, but the same still holds true, that the biggest fear that you'll have in an overtime round on Hybrid or Escort is constantly being down on ultimates. And that's the best way that the Charge are going to finish this, right? Is taking every fight more efficiently in terms of ult economy than the Reigns. So they can basically just keep countering the ults and keep the cart rolling. 2 minutes is not enough time, to say, well, they could lose a few fights here. They certainly have to keep it rolling, but the Reign, if they can turn the economy just once, they can defend this and take the lead in the series.
A lot of damage going through. Happy nearly focused down, but the sound barrier comes in just in time from Char to help keep him alive. Shatter coming through. That's going to knock down 2, and Baby Bay falls. Dogman as well now going to be eliminated as Hotpa scoops himself up a double kill. 1 minute and 48 remaining. Charge, they have a lot of distance that they need to cover, but they at least have the cart rolling here. They're looking good.
Yeah. Transcendence there for Shu, not necessarily necessary there. That was, I'll never use that.
Redundantly redundant?
Yes, very redundantly redundant. But anyway, that trans probably didn't need to use that one there. And that's one step closer to turning the tables here, flipping the scales for the Atlanta Reign in terms of the ult economy. Baby Bay doesn't have his grab yet, though.
Grab comes in instantly from Happy, seeing an opening, and Ursa's going to disappear. Eileen swinging away, comes up with the multi-kills.
And how this works in 3-3 is, Rio uses a shatter, right? You win the fight. Then, you use the grab, Rio builds a shatter. Rio shatters, you build a grab in that fight, right? This kind of keeps oscillating back and forth, kind of like a metronome, like I was talking about earlier. And then you always maintain that ult advantage by using basically 1 or 2 ults in every fight, whereas the Reign have to use 3 or 4 to counter your push, and then you keep the cart rolling.
But you have to keep that momentum up. You can't fall even one time or you lose everything. Baby Bay is going to beat Shu to ult here, so there's a chance for the Rain to finally topple this. Coming up in just a second, and 10% of ult for Baby Bay.
Nearly 6, ready to go. Happy, going to be looking to build up that next grab as quickly as he can. 26 seconds remaining. Baby Bay finds a kill. Eileen going to be taken out. Bradley coming through. Erster leading the charge as they force them back around the corner. Charge, they cannot go that far. They have to be ready to tag this card.
I wouldn't go as far as to say the ult economy is tipped. It's even now. The winner of this fight will win, or rather, it will at least bring us to another draw, rather.
Well, they're going to try to not even let them get close. The grab's going to be coming through. They manage to get Chara into the back to force out the OT. Pin coming in. Hotbutt gets the triple. Maybe this is doable now for the charge.
Oh, this is definitely doable now for the charge.
Gonna keep pushing here. The shots coming in. Hoppa helping to clean up Erster. They're rounding the final corner. Dako just now getting killed off.
We're also potentially going to break a record for Overwatch League here in terms of most pushes on King's Row.
Very well might. Pushing their way forward. Rio holding on to the Shatter. Chara looking to get back.
He needs that barrier. He needs that barrier.
Masa's going to have one of his own. He's waiting for the right moment to try to pull the trigger. Riley nearly coming up from Eileen. Masa nearly picked off. They almost find it. That would have been it. Shatter's going to be coming down. It's not going to find anything. Rio getting juggled around. Nearly booped into the pit, but does manage to stabilize. Keep his feet on firm ground. Dako's going to be knocked out of the back. The rally now expiring from the side of Eileen. Healing coming in. Popo and Masa both going to get locked up. The grab comes in. They shut them down. Dogman only able to find one. No one can tag into the card. So in OT again. The charge will also push to the end of King's Row. We are not done yet.
This is one of our closest matches we've had this stage. Absolutely nuts.
1 minute each.
That was a huge play by Hoppa. He secured them this chance to win this map now.
Oh dear. Don't go anywhere, guys. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a minute on the clock. We go again into the next round of overtime. We'll see how far these guys can go. Atlanta Reign, I think, like a minute and 5. Or no, they had a minute even. They had a minute even. They made it to the end.
Yeah.
Can they do it again? Can I see a 9 at the top of that screen?
Well, let's see. This is now, by the way, officially the highest scoring King's Row in Overwatch League history.
Now I'm trapped in the United Kingdom.
Well, this is basically losing A is a death wish. You cannot let that happen. So then you've got a whole new can of worms to deal with in terms of how far the push can go. Everything we talked about ult economy, everything we talked about overtime pushing. You can't get picked first. It is certainly a death wish right now for the charge.
Yeah, decent energy built up here by Baby Bay as he pushes his way forward. And that is going to be Guangzhou forced back into the hotel.
One tick.
At least, yep, one tick. Going the way of the rain. How much more can they get? 2 nearly handed over. They almost got it. Rio falling low. Half HP. Happy going to be taken down. Baby Bay finds the first kills. Now the charge desperately. They have to peel back. They're just going to have to surrender it.
This is a disaster.
Oh boy.
This is a disaster. And also, remember, this is the first time we've really seen such a huge discrepancy in terms of ults. Without Baby Bay definitely going to get the first grab. Shu's got trance at least, but they can force that in a number of different ways. And oh man, this is the kind of push that you do not want to see as the defender here.
Not at all. 7-6 at the moment. Advancing through the first choke. Rio still so far away from an Earth Shatter. Popo, 10. Nearly has it. 100 energy. Grab right at their feet. Not taken away at all. That's going to force out the Transcendence. Shatter coming in from Popo. Not going to be able to find much. He goes in for the pin, but he's going to be taken down. Rio will they answer one back. Trance going to be expiring now from Dogman. Guangzhou charge. They need to stabilize right here, right now.
This is their
continues
chance.
to inch forward.
The grab
goes through. There's no defense matrix. They got Dako out of the mech. Sound barrier comes through. Bombs up over the top from Hotba. That's going to be a double, and this is looking done. OT bar going to start plummeting if they can just get Erster off the cart. Killing him is a very good way to do that. Sound barrier now rolling in. Dako dumps the bomb, trying desperately to find a pick to keep Dogman alive. He cannot do it. They cannot push further, but they still get A. They still advance the card a bit.
And it's somewhat ironic that the way this all fell apart was Pokpo missing the shatter during the grab, then missing a charge, isolating himself and getting killed after we sang his praises of beating Rio the entire time leading up to this point. Rio's the one who hits the shatter at the end to set up Hoppa's bomb. Rio's the one who is able to illuminate the members of the Reign at the most critical moment and prevent that similar snowball we just watched from the Atlanta Reign from happening again. So a bit of redemption here for the main tank on the side of the Guangzhou Charge, but this is not over yet. They will still have to win this first fight on A and push the cart just around the corner. Almost guaranteed if you get A, but, you know, depends on the circumstances,
I mean,
which we'll
you
see
say
unfold.
that.
We'll see how it unfolds.
Well, we were watching Reign spawn camp just 2 days ago on this very map, so. But anything is possible, I suppose.
Eileen locks in the Doomfist. The surprise factor, I think, definitely a little bit lessened by the fact he's already used it once. And as soon as they see it, they're not going to position themselves in these rooms where they could be rocket punched to death. Or maybe he's just simply going to swap over to the Brigida. That's also fine.
Yep.
They're taking less of a risky approach here. This is the safer way.
Now, I like with only 1 minute time bank here that Dogman's going to run the Ana, because that can lead to kills and lead to the ult advantage the defenders will have. I like attack Zen, but defensive Ana is the Ana you want to use.
Let's see, most of the time that Rio's getting those Earth Shatter stuns in, it's leading to some kills. Pokeboat trying to push forward, gets that Zarya bubble, still going to be knocked down to half HP, but Dogman's going to be taken down. Shu finding the opening, but Rio juggled around again. Pokeboat with the Fire Strike manages to find the kill, but Dako's going to be taken out of the mech and killed off. That's going to be a man advantage over to the side of the Guangzhou Charge.
I think Atlanta needs to abort. I think they need to get out of here.
Yeah.
They need to get out of here. They need to get those respawns up. They need to leave this point. They need to let it get capped. I don't think they can contest this. Dogman swaps over to Ana. They're just going to poke here. They're going to fight for the choke. Or sorry, to the Zenyatta.
Yeah. So he's going to be so far behind, as you can see right there, 75% for Shu. Cap comes in.
Okay, they can hold this. They can certainly hold this. It's going to be an ultless fight. Eileen and Ursa are both going to have their rallies. Whoever uses it second will have the advantage here in terms of the armor. And a grab may be gotten in the longer fight. We'll have to see how it goes.
I mean, Dako, can he eat another one? It'd be absolutely clutch if he could.
Shatter's ready.
This time from Pokemon has to be a lot better. He's going to get stunned up. They melt him. He just disappears. 100 energy here for Happy. Hot knife through butter to anybody in front of him. Baby Bay as well gets that sound barrier shield just in the last moment. Happy just looking for another target bomb here over onto the top of the cart. Unable to find any kills. Baby Bay, however, locked up in the grab. 5% shy of his own. Will get taken down. Urster and Dogman, all of them going to be disappearing. Dako, the bomb is not going to find anything. He makes it back into the mech, but there's no hope for him to survive. Sound barrier and celebration from Chara. And Guangzhou will be able to take King's Row. They move up 2-1. Yes, we still have one more map to be played.
We're learning a lot about the mental fortitude and the endurance of these two teams throughout one of our longest series we've had, probably the longest series when we're done with it this season. Incredible stuff here. Charge come up big, they get the kill on Pokpo, they win the map.
All right, well, Escort coming out to see if Charge can close it or if Reign will tie it again.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
And we keep on going. We power through, ladies and gentlemen. We're not done yet. The score is 2-1. Guangzhou Charge take the lead in the series. We're getting ready to go over to Rialto.
That's right.
So things could continue to be messy. So we can have more OT and maybe even a game 5.
I think that it's important to remember how these things happen, you know, and that's why I was really trying to showcase as much as I could the effects of having the ult lead as the attacker, even with the, you know, lower time bank when you're stuck on the cart. And I think a lot of people are going to look at the series and think, wow, both of these teams are just bad at defense. But that's not really true. It's that both these teams understand how to maximize their ult economy to the best of their ability to get these small advantages to then lead into double caps, etc. And this is the meta we've seen the most double caps, like of all time on 2CP, for example. We see it a lot on maps like King's Row, where you just get that first cap on A and you push forward.
Well, taking a look at the records here, 3-2 for the Reign, 0-3 for the Charge, so decent chance that we could be heading to a game 5.
I love it.
A bit of a coin flip, I guess, for the Atlanta Reign as far as whether or not they're going to give them the first victory.
I want to test how far we can push an Overwatch series. You and I cast the Denmark game back in the World Cup that went like 9 rounds on Hollywood, so
that's true.
We've been there before.
It goes, they can go for a while.
All right, we're going to see Eileen on the Doomfist, it looks like here. I don't know about this on this map, though. You're really reaching on A to find a rocket punch kill against the walls.
I'm all for it.
I mean, I hope this works out for him, but I have my questions, I have my doubts about the ability to lock people down with a rocket punch on this position on the map.
All right, show me what you got. Jumps into the back, instantly stunned up, but manages to exit safely. Waiting for those cooldowns.
Look at how exposed he is on this map compared to King's Row. He's not building much ult charge, and he hasn't been able to find a single rocket punch target. And the cart is not moving. Meanwhile, Baby Bay halfway to a grav.
Oh, he jumps into the back again. Baby Bay, as you say, a lot of energy, a lot of damage. Almost finds a kill there on a hot buff. Forces the trance out from Shu. It's going to be very costly for the Charge as Atlanta Reign continue to play forward. Dogman even matching with the transcendence of his own.
Chara has done twice as much damage this game as Eileen has on the Lucio. Just to give you guys the
I'm looking at it now, you're right. It has been pretty rough. Popo, though, going to be going low. Grab comes in, and Eileen finally finds his target. Gets rid of that enemy ride, but he himself will get burned down by Baby Bay. Baby Bay is on the retreat.
The thing about the Doomfist pick is you have to get kills, right? You're not poking, you're not trying to do slow damage.
Is this a disconnect? Does he not realize that the rest of his team is still playing up in the cart? Daco and Erster are still here. Baby Bay now rejoining in with them.
Yeah, this is a bit weird.
Right. I think he thought that the call was to retreat, but they're still playing forward. Now he comes back in. He kills off both supports.
This series is dirty, Achilles.
No one knows what's happening anymore.
I don't know what to tell you. All right, now we've got the meteor strike online as Eileen's finally actually gotten a little bit. He's only 700 damage behind Lucio now. But this is a hero that's supposed to get kills, not do slow damage over time. That's why he doesn't have that much damage, because he's not committing unless he knows he's going to kill someone. That's the general idea as how Doomfist works. Obviously, he's going to poke with his knuckles, but that's about it. Now, how they can engage this is going to be around the grav, you would think, but Baby Bay is almost to a second grav now, and they have the Transcendence here. So Meteor Strike, very difficult to use in this position with the Graviton Surge.
A lot of damage going through onto the members of the Charge, but it's going to be Dogman taking down Eileen. Finds the hit, comes his way forward. Double uppercut coming in. Popo and Daco dead in the front lines.
This is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of getting the kills with the Doomfist. He gets the kill on Dogman. It wasn't fully with the Rocket Punch, but he engaged on Rocket Punch. They got the kills there right afterwards, or the shots there right afterwards. And they don't have to use any ults. They walk up to point A with 6 ults to sit on this cart. The Reign are going to contest this and try to engage on this, but there's so much survivability here for the Charge.
Well, they're just going to grab him right here on the bridge. The cart will glide through. Kills on the back end coming in favor of the Atlanta Reign, but already time bank going to be bumped up. 3:18 remaining for the Charge.
Yeah, that's reasonable on both sides. I like the idea to grab to guarantee the point. I like the idea also to counter grab to control the bridge. Getting onto the bridge now for Eileen is going to be a challenge because he's going to have to flank up here. It is actually the highest scoring match in Overwatch.
I am trapped in a simulation, but this includes playoffs, mind you, including best of 7 series.
Yes.
That is how many points have been scored, and we're not done yet.
So I think this is going to be used as an escape tool for Eileen. He's going to try to re-engage with it, but he's just floating around looking for these kills, you know? And no one so far has been found by him since they've gotten A.
Around the back shoe, nearly getting taken down. It's going to be using the Transcendence here. Baby Bay not even halfway to the next grab, so not going to be too bad for the side of the charge.
Yeah, actually, you feel really good about this as the charge, I think, because the cart's still rolling forward, and you can certainly catch up.
Jumping to the back, looking for Dogman, taking him lower and lower, but he's going to get stunned up, and Eileen will be eliminated. Dogman actually going to be the one to get the killing blow in the end. That's, we've got to be feeling pretty good for him.
If you die to a Doomfist in most situations, it's because you were by yourself and you were against a wall and there was no escape and there was no one to protect you. But when you dive in like Eileen did recklessly to try to kill the backlines and Yata through the team, you're going to get stunned, you're going to get discorded, you're not going to last very long. And that's what we saw happen there. It was a bit optimistic to hope that he was going to do that. I think what he wanted to do was kill Dogman, then Meteor Strike to keep himself alive and then win the fight that way. But obviously he got stunned halfway through.
Oh, Baby Bay grab online, waiting for his moment, but gets receives a lot of damage. Just goes ahead, peels back. Gives a nice little wave as Eileen jumps into the back yet again. Meteor Strike
Finally
used, drops back in, over towards the cart, goes in for the punch. Popo gonna be taken low, gonna be eliminated, and that's gonna be the kill spilling forth for the charge. Decent amount of time buying coming in from the Atlanta Reign, can still recontest the cart, but now they get a lot of space to move up.
And they've controlled this high ground. Again, it's going to be tough to get kills with Doomfist in this open space here once you have this high ground control as the attacker around the corner. That's actually easier. But when you're attacking this corner past the high ground, it's a little bit tougher. I like the usage, though, of the Meteor Strike. Really trapped Atlanta Reign between a rock and a hard place.
Punch coming in. Eileen finishes off Erster. It's going to be the grabs out from both sides. Sound barrier thrown in from the Atlanta Reign as they try to hold out here. Continue this defense. Shatter out from Popo.
Miss.
Gonna be able to find anybody. Eileen way out in the back, but look how much attention he's drawing. Moss and Popo both get eliminated. The cart glides in. 2 minutes on the clock now for the charge.
He separated the supports from the tank lines so they couldn't actually get the healing to the tanks that they needed. And then the Guangzhou charge tanks, who still had that support, killed it. And they don't need a diva per se with this composition. That's what they're missing, right? You know, why aren't other teams running the Doomfist? Because they like the utility that diva gives in terms of controlling high ground, absorbing graviton surges, absorbing damage in the graviton surge. But the Doomfist here is working out, and uh-oh! Rio gets the shadow he's been looking for.
That is going to be a pretty big one as well. 3 members going to be knocked to the ground. Moss and Popo both eliminated as the cart is contested for a moment in the back, but will now start advancing yet again.
The Guangzhou Charge want this so much. They want to break the losing streak. They're so close. It's looking like a time bank finish here. They can use the Meteor Strike to contest the cart against anyone who wants to tag here at the last moment. No grab for Baby Bay either. As long as they can get the first kill, this should be a done deal.
Punch back in. Daco down to half.
They're being a bit passive here.
Yeah, waiting a little bit longer. They nearly have that grab. They nearly have a Transcendence. Playing this one out patiently.
Certainly are. Papa's looking for the flank to get that grab. Here's the engage.
Yep, punch it from the side. Uppercut good onto Popo. Side slam. Not going to find a connection on the Dogman. Stun onto Eileen in the back. He's got the sound barrier shield to keep himself safe. Transcendence now burned. Hoppa going to be waiting with that grab ready to roll. Uppercut comes through. That's going to be the grab. Slammed down by Baby Bay. Looking for the kills, but he himself is going to be eliminated. 5 ults online for the side of the charge. As the rally now expires, Shatter comes down from Rio. Cart still being contested with 25 seconds remaining, with Daco's gonna get popped out, and one after the other, the members of the Atlanta Reign will fall.
Yep, grab, Meteor Strike, everything. The Maywall here, not gonna be enough.
No, it will not. Cart breaks straight through that. And that is gonna be the charge, finishing Rialto with time in the bank.
It's crazy to me that we saw Eileen make this Doomfist work on Rialto from start to finish, and especially in some of the harder places to make Doomfist work where there's not walls. Because for those of you guys who don't know, when you rocket punch someone, which is the ability where he charges, you can see him charge the meter up and then he launches himself forward. The impact of the rocket punch does a decent amount of damage, but the majority of the damage comes from the impact of the wall behind whoever he's charging into. So when it's an open space, it's very difficult to actually get those single kills, which is what this entire Doomfist comp is trying to do. You're not trying to poke people and then eventually wear them down. You're trying to get those solo kills on the supports of whoever's isolated in a bad spot. Can be the Rhine, can be the Zenyatta. And it's nuts. I mean, I didn't think that with the Doomfist on this map, if he was going to stick with it, that it was going to find this much success.
I mean, I didn't think that I would still be at the studio at this hour, but here we are, Wolf. So we're just chock full of surprises.
I hope we get that game 5.
I mean, I'm strapped in. I'm committed. I'm ready to go. I know the guys still here in the audience joining us live, very committed, sticking through it all. Guys are the MVPs.
That's right.
Joining us here on this Easter Sunday.
And everyone, online as well,
Yeah.
watching from home. For the defense here for the Charge, by the way, just to point out comps, they're going to put Hoppa back on the Diva, so Happy on the Zarya. In Korea, Element Mystic ran something similar with the Doomfist, where they would swap their Diva and their Zarya player. It's a very common thing, because, you're running Diva-less to see this. Guangzhou Charge have kind of emulated what we saw from Element Mystic in a lot of ways here. Sparkle being the Doomfist player in that case. For the Rain, just going to be running Dogman on Zenyatta here. Better to do this than the Ana on the attack.
Oh, Baby Bay already sent for a bit of a dip. Char coming up with that nice boop. Puts him in the canal, but Rio going so very low.
They can keep him
Shield
alive, though.
constantly raised, yeah. Healing is steadily coming through. So it seems like he's going to be all right in the long term. But doesn't get to swing the hammer much, which leaves him at 15% ult charge. Pokpo nearly there for the first Earth Shatter.
He slept, though. This is a huge opportunity for them to commit in.
They can get maybe a charge on him. It seems like they're unable to do so.
The cart's in the way. It's too narrow of a choke to fit a Reinhardt through there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but it's, you don't want to risk it.
Broad-shouldered problems,
Yep.
So instead, up on the high ground now for the Atlanta Rain, trying to poke down. Hart still being held at the corner. Hotba being the one contesting at the moment. Now Rio starting to push forward. Shatter's nearly up. Nano's online. Heal deny. Thrown in, but not going to be able to catch anybody. But Popo's still going to be taken down. Now Erster gone as well. Oh, no. Sleep on the dog, man. I thought maybe they were going to corral around him. But they kill him off with some mercy.
I mean, you can't get much more ahead in terms of ult economy than this. I guess if Eileen didn't use his rally, because he didn't know, how could he have known this was going to be such a dominant fight? If he didn't use his rally, they'd have that still, and then they'd have 6 ultimates here and positional advantage. Baby Bay being picked early is one of the reasons why he's so far behind Happy in terms of the grab charge.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest difference. It's one of the only differences that we have at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to play him forward to get that last bit. He slept again. Shu is playing like a god. He always does, doesn't he?
He's been playing extremely well here today.
This delays so much. It's so frustrating for the Rain. They have high ground, but they can't move forward until he wakes up. He's now awake, and the Charge have already disengaged.
You're taking a little bit of damage here in the back. Nano going to be thrown down on Rio. Shatter going to be blocked. He gets a shield up in time. Nako going to be taking a nap. And Pokpo just eliminated. Rio comes up with a triple for himself, looking for a bit more, and he is going to find it.
Remember when we talked about Rio coming in for these nano engages? I talked about how it's basically a dated strategy. It's not really meta anymore. It works so well in these chokes, though, because no one can avoid you. No one can really get into position to flank you, to stun you. Brigi's not going to be coming from the side when there is a brick wall flanking you on either side. You're going to have a field day in that choke point there when the grab is up. Super well done. Now he's got another shatter.
Pokpo's taking another nap. These sleep darts from Shu somehow bending and twisting their way around all the shields and the bubbles that the Rain have. Just keeps getting connection after connection. Rally nearly up for Eileen, now has it online. Pops that one instantly. Baby Bay throwing down the graph. Shatter comes in. Dako going to be knocked to the ground right up into the front. The boop coming through to displace them. And there's no kills. As I say that though, Eileen will get taken down. Bomb comes in, buys him a bit of space as they try to maintain control of the cart. The heal deny coming out from Shu is absolutely massive.
And he's keeping everyone
alive. Are in shambles, and he is still keeping everybody alive, as you say.
He's caught by the shadow though.
Down. Catches 2. Happy and Shu both knocked to the ground, but no one can go forward to kill them off. And Rio, he gets another kill on the Pokpo.
And I'm looking at some of the players on the Atlanta Rain on the player cams and on stage here. Dako's looking real frustrated. Communication is at a minimal compared to the Charge players right now who are talking fast. And it's a, 5 Korean, 1 Chinese lineup here for the side of the Charge. A lot easier to communicate than a 3-3, right? Total halfway split. You've got to keep your wits about you here, though. You've got to somehow win this fight using the trance to counter the grab. Then building a grab of your own. Baby Bay has to come up clutch. He cannot die here.
All right, Shu Just trying to be sneaky, throws down that nano, pushing forward the heal deny. It catches almost anybody. That's going to be Dogman's healing for the Transcendence. Absolutely worthless under those members. Pokpo juggled way into the back, going to be taken down. Can they even get to the cart in time? OT will be forced out, but it's Taco on his lonesome, just trying to buy some more time for the respawns to come through. He's been taken down. OT started the deployment. Can anyone tag this Masa? Barely gets there, but he's dead on arrival. Hoppa's got the bomb. And that's just going to be it. They hold him. No more points. Guangzhou says, you know what? We'll finish the map. That's it. No further ones added onto the record. They close out this series with a 3-1.
And they break the losing streak. That's the biggest win for them they're going to take away from today, is that streak, the momentum that was against them time and time again, finally they've regained it. They take a 3-1 win here over the Atlanta Reign. They showed extreme mental fortitude in a long series. And I think we've got to give an applause to all of these players who made it through such a grueling series.
It's a marathon. Whether or not you come in first, it doesn't matter. It's about finishing.
Yeah.
And everybody made it through on the opposite side.
They played their style. They played the Doomfist again. Eileen was on it. They put Rio in a choke where he could get value out of the nanos. They knew exactly how to use their strengths to defeat the Reign there in Rialto. And it was a very impressive display. We'll see how far they can go. Maybe they could turn that losing streak into a winning streak.
Perhaps. Very good start to that momentum, but man, what a series. Let's go ahead, decompress a bit as we throw down to Danny on the floor. He's standing by with Hotba.
Thanks, guys. I'm here joined by Hoppa from Guangzhou. Charge, Hoppa, what a series. Great job today. Now, with today's win, you have